facing major financial cuts. We'll have the details.
I'll update you on the Cyclone's busy weekend in sports.
It was another warm day today, but our temperatures will continue to go up on the increase. How warm will they go? I'll let you know. You're watching Newswatch 18.
Should we sneak through real quick? So mine camera 1.
And welcome to Tuesday's edition of Newswatch 18. I'm Jessica Van Wyk.
And I'm Russell Obernolte.
Nearly 200 chairs lined the sidewalk from the Margaret Sloss Women's Center to the Memorial Union last week, serving as a reminder of a tragedy that happened within an Iowa home. Each of the 197 chairs represented every man, woman, or child who lost their lives to domestic violence since January 1995. Each chair contained a person's name and their story. The goal of the event, entitled Violence Leaves an Empty Chair at the Table, was to spread awareness of domestic violence. The event was sponsored by the Margaret Sloss Women's Center, Student Counseling Services, and the Assault Care Center Extended Shelter and Support in Ames.
The student arrested for threats posted on Yik Yak has been ordered to stay away from all Drake University students, faculty, and administrators. Michael Zachary Chris posted on the anonymous app that, quote, Columbine would look like child's play compared to what I'm going to do, end quote. Chris also mentioned having access to guns, however, officials do not believe that that comment was true. The protection order was filed on Friday and is meant to keep Chris off the Drake campus.
Cyride is facing financial problems as the federal grants given to Cyride have been cut. The Transportation Investment Generating Economic Grants gave Cyride around $2 million in federal money each year. With increased student enrollment, Cyride must add more buses to its routes at peak times during the day to hold all the students. Cyride plans to add 6 more buses this coming spring, including 4 bendy buses. Currently, the largest percentage that contributes to the overall budget is through the government of the student body and the activities fees students pay at the beginning of the semester.
Graceland University in Lamoni was put on lockdown today after a student with a gun was reported on campus. Police took a 21-year-old male student into custody in relation to the accusations. The suspect has been charged and is said to have been cooperating fully with officials. The Iowa State Patrol, Lamoni Police, Leon Police, and Decatur County Sheriff's Office all responded to the incident.
Breaking Bad's Walter White has been created into an action figure and has faced the wrath of a Florida mother. Susan Schreiber, a mother from Fort Myers, launched a petition in early October to remove White and other Breaking Bad characters from Toys R Us. The figure comes complete with a stack of cash and a bag of meth. Schreiber believes the decision to sell the figure alongside children's toys is a dangerous deviation from their family-friendly values. Toys R Us notes that the figure comes in a limited quantity and is meant for ages 15 and up.
Tomorrow, the Green Umbrella and Live Green will be on campus celebrating National Campus Sustainability Day. Celebrations will be taking place in the free speech zone in front of the Parks Library. Campus Sustainability Day gives students the opportunity to meet with and talk to sustainability-focused organizations from Iowa State and organizations that are not associated with the university. Free coffee mugs, cookies, and bike tune-ups will be offered to all who attend, and students are encouraged to bring a food donation to help students helping our peers.
This Thursday, Iowa State will host a lecture from 2 correspondents of NPR's Planet Money team. Jacob Goldstein and David Kestenbaum will be doing an exciting live stage show entitled Planet Money Live at 8 p.m. in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union. Planet Money is known for reporting on a wide variety of economic topics while incorporating humor in the story. The Planet Money team can be regularly heard on NPR programs such as Morning Edition, All Things Considered, and This American Life.
The football game, scheduled to take place last Friday against Ames High School in Des Moines East, resulted in a Des Moines forfeit. The two teams were scheduled to play each other at Williams Stadium in Des Moines when rumors of a possible gunfight at the game hit social media. Ames High School officials deemed the threat too great of a risk to bring the students to the game. Ames High and the Iowa Athletic Association offered to postpone the game until Saturday or to play the game in Ames, but Des Moines officials decided to forfeit the game and stated that the safety concerns of Ames High Schools had no merit.
Federal prosecutors have offered a plea deal to former Iowa State researcher Don Few Han. Han resigned from Iowa State in 2013 after a written admission that he had committed scientific fraud in order for his research team to receive millions of dollars in federal research grants. Han's research team had been working on an HIV vaccination project, and he has been accused of lacing rabbits' blood with human antibodies to make it appear as though the animals were building a defense to the HIV virus. Ha has not accepted the plea deal, and his attorney says he is carefully considering his options.
College students at both Iowa State University and the University of Iowa are planning to protest the proposed tuition hikes. At Iowa State, students Jane Kirsch, Evan Berger, and Casey Varner will host a rally Wednesday against student debt due to the recent announcement that the Board of Regents is considering a 1.7% tuition increase after consecutive years of tuition freezes. The state of Iowa ranks among the top 10 of highest student debt across the nation. The average student in Iowa will graduate with a debt of about $30,000. The rally will take place from 12 to 12:30 in the Free Speech Zone in front of Parks Library.
Beggars Night is just about a week away. However, there are some kids that can't eat the candy that comes with it. This year, the Food Allergy Research and Education Group started a national campaign to raise awareness called the Teal Pumpkin Project. The group wants people to put a pumpkin-painted teal out to let trick-or-treaters know that a non-candy option is available for those with a food allergy. Now we're joined by Alex at the desk. Alex, what's happening in Cyclone sports?
I'll tell you some sports stuff after the break. Stay tuned, you're watching Newswatch 18. Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Alex Foltz with your sports report. Cyclone football barely lost this past Saturday as Texas won 48-45 on their home turf. The first half ended with the score tied at 28. The third quarter had both teams scoring a field goal, and that tied Cole Netton with Jeff Shudak for the school record for consecutive field goals made at 11. Texas was able to drive down the field and kick a field goal with only 3 seconds to spare, which gave them the lead needed to beat Iowa State. Iowa State doesn't play again until November 1st when they host Oklahoma. The women's cross-country team finished third place last Friday at the Wisconsin Adidas Invitational in Madison, with Crystal Nelson placing first. Nelson tied the record for fastest Cyclone individual performance in program history with a time of 19 minutes and 35 seconds. She shares this record with Betsy Sena, who ran the same time in 2012. The ISU women run again November 1st in Lawrence, Kansas for the Big 12 Championships. The women's golf team placed 7th out of 17 teams at the Stanford Intercollegiate Tournament this past weekend. Freshman Celia Barquin led the Cyclones with a score of 211, which tied her for 12th overall. This tournament concluded the Cyclones' fall season. They will be back February 1st for the Northwestern Duel. Iowa State volleyball lost 3-2 against Texas Tech Saturday in a 5-set match. Sierra Capezio had 21 kills, and Caitlin Nolan had her 5th straight match with at least 20 digs. This loss to the Red Raiders makes the Cyclones' record 10-7, making them 2-4 in Big 12 play. The team plays against Kansas Wednesday at 6 p.m. in Ames. The Iowa State women's soccer team suffered a 3-0 defeat at the hands of the 16th-ranked West Virginia Lady Mountaineers this past Friday at the Ames Sports Complex. After a scoreless first half, West Virginia continues their relentless attack, and after a deflected shot, Kate Schwindel opened the scoring to make it 1-0 for West Virginia. Then in the 72nd minute, it was 2-0 with a close-range goal from Michaela Abram. West Virginia rounded things off in the 88th minute, where Amanda Hill would set up the give and go and fire a right-footed shot into the back of the net, making it 3-0. The Cyclones will look to bounce back from this loss when they take to the road this weekend to face the Kansas Jayhawks on Friday and Texas Tech on Sunday. The Cyclones lost their doubles play last Saturday as they finished the ITA Regional Championship in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The team did slightly better in singles play as Samantha Budai and Megan Cassens were both able to defeat their opponents. Ksenia Pronina and Anna Gasparovic both lost their singles. The Cyclones will end their fall season at Jason's Deli Collegiate Invitational in Houston, Texas, October 31st through November 2nd. The swimming and diving team had mixed results this weekend as they started off the season with a 203-91 win against South Dakota State Friday at Beyer Hall. However, they barely lost the next day as they returned to Beyer Hall to face Nebraska. The Cyclones came out with a 6-point deficit, losing 153-147. They will host South Dakota next Friday, whom they have not lost to since the 2008-2009 season. Hilton Madness has arrived. On Saturday, October 18th, Hilton Coliseum was packed to showcase the men and women's basketball team. Both teams participated in a three-point contest, and the men showcased their dunking abilities. In the three-point contest, Naz Long advanced to the finals to face Bryn Williams and eventually lost 19-12. For the dunk contest, Jameel McKay went up against Cortland Jackson, and Cortland took the win for the dunk contest. Afterwards, ISU TV's Matt Barker caught up with Cortland Jackson.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's hear it again.
So I've been practicing. I know I can do what I did. Even though I did the cradle, I literally did that 2 days before this. I was practicing in the gym. Practice makes perfect sense.
How tough was that? Stepping just outside the restricted area?
Oh yeah, that was very tough. But in the Cap City League, I did in the dunk contest. I jumped over somebody taller than me, so it wasn't as hard, but it was still hard to get.
How much fun did you do part of it? I mean, you grew up from one guy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I love it. I'm so blessed to be a part of the program. Coming in as a walk-on, I'm treated as the best athlete I can't complain about it.
And that's all I've got for your Cyclone Sports Report. Make sure to tune in after Newswatch to the ongoing Game 1 of the World Series tonight on Fox as the Kansas City Royals face off against the San Francisco Giants. So how long is this weather going to stick around, Zach?
We had abundant sunshine today. However, the clouds and rain will be building in. Just how much will we see? I'll have that coming up after the break. And welcome back. Currently outside the studio right now, we're sitting at a very cool 51 degrees with a east-southeast wind at 5 miles an hour. That dew point at a very comfortable 40 degrees, making our humidity at a 65% out there. And we go ahead and advance on, which we're having some technical difficulties with our graphics machine. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, we do have a chance of rain building back in by Thursday, and that is our best chance of rain. And we're looking at accumulations around a ½ inch here in the Des Moines metro, with accumulations near a ¼ of an inch around the rest of the metro. And by Friday, we'll have that temperature starting to warm up by 70 by Friday, and on Saturday we will be at 70 degrees at well, and then on Sunday, we'll be up near 70. And then by Sunday, we'll be at 74 degrees. And then by Sunday, we'll have a slight cool off with our temperatures on Monday near 66 degrees. And then by Tuesday, we'll be even cooler as another cold front moves through, and we'll be at 55 degrees. Our current temperature is at 59 degrees. Currently outside in Des Moines, 59 in Council Bluffs as well. And if we go ahead and take a look at our clouds and radar, we see that we have some clouds starting to work out of eastern Iowa due to a high pressure system. Otherwise, we have mostly clear conditions, but we'll have an increase on clouds coming in by tomorrow, and that will lead to our next best chance of rain. And in between it, we have an area of high pressure over the Michigan and an area of low pressure across the Colorado area. And between it, we have lots of wind, and that will kick our winds up by tomorrow afternoon, and then that will lead to a chance of rain by late tomorrow evening into early Thursday morning. Like I said, we are looking at rainfall totals between a ¼ of an inch and a ½ inch here in the Ames area. Otherwise, most of the area will see a ¼ of an inch, and we'll have those conditions clearing out by Thursday afternoon. Now, taking a look at the extended forecast once again, we see we have those rain conditions building out by Thursday afternoon, and then we will clear out by Sunday, and we'll have those temperatures in the 70s once again, and we'll have a very nice dry weekend. So get outdoors and enjoy it.
Bullying is an all too common story heard from school-age children every day, but does it really ever stop? In a recent study done by Stacy Ty Williams, an assistant professor at ISU, it was found that roughly 35% of workers are faced with bullying at some point in their careers. The study collected 48 narratives from victims of workplace bullying. Over half of those victims reported being bullied by their manager or boss. Ty Williams says that supportive co-workers and vying to change the culture of the workplace are the most effective ways to cope with and stop workplace bullying. And that's it for Tuesday's edition of Newswatch 18.
Be sure to tune in on Thursday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a good night, Ames.